Hello everybody, it's me, and I'm going to start this video off by saying Happy Labor Day. And I asked people in a community post what would make sense for something on Labor Day, and one of the top comments was Tyrecks. It's a construction worker. That makes sense, so you know what, let's go for it. But yeah, we're going to take a look at Tyrecks today. Now, one of the reasons I'm looking at this is because of some results in the Your Face tournaments. There was most recently a new ban list that was thrown out that unbanned Landtorch, Jalusa, I think. Yeah, Landtorch and Jalusa were unbanned, and the move Scapegoat was banned. And so is Flare. Don't worry, Flare is still banned, but Landtorch is still able to be used. You just can't use Flare. But besides that, it's a little weird. So I went asking around, why was Scapegoat banned? People didn't like Tyrecks with Scapegoat and Vice Jaws. Now, by the time, if you're watching this like a few months into now, then this might not apply to you. But Tyrecks, the Vice Jaws effect as of right now causes the tease effect, where you can't use the same move that is the freaking best emote I've ever seen. But you can't use the same attacking move or same move twice in a row. So let's say that you're fighting a Luminami. Very good example is Luminami. And it wants to switch in against you, and then it wants to break your Scapegoat and then hit you with another water type move, so you're forced to just get a little bit of chip on the Luminami. But if you click Vice Jaws and it clicks Maroon, it can't click Maroon the next turn. So you can just Scapegoat right back up, and Scapegoat does not get broken by any of Luminami's moves. The only way to actually effectively beat it is if you're running two water type moves, which generally isn't a very good idea, but it is a way to deal with it. But Scapegoat was banned in the tournament, so yeah, we're taking a look at it today. Now here I went with Brawny, very clumsy and clever. This just made sense to me. And I went with Item Health Amulet because getting that passive recovery each turn behind Scapegoat can be very, very annoying. And generally this just makes things really just makes this thing really hard to break, right? It really makes this thing difficult to break. Now I will say that I did not make this set. I wanted to get the tournament competitive one, so I kind of looked around and kind of yoinked one that made sense. So yeah, here we got our Power Jaw, and this is going to make our Vice Jaws deal a ton more damage, which our Vice Jaws is basically our main attacking move here, and Metal and Earth is actually really solid offensively in this game, so I think it's also solid offensively in general. But yeah, if you care, you could drop like Sharpen for Thunder Chomp if you care about hitting Stratosaur, but I'm not too stressed about that because, funnily enough, back then Tyrecks used to beat Stratosaur, and I think potentially it could now, because if you get up to like +2 Vice Jaws, you're going to be dealing some good chunks to Stratosaur, and it can't keep perching. And then you can just predict a perch and Earthquake, right? And if it's a Soul Burst one, even better. But yeah, the Scapegoat Vice Jaws is the real combo we're going to be looking at today, because we can hide behind our Scapegoat and then Vice Jaws something so it can't hit us twice with a super effective move, unless it's like a coverage demon like Waka Laka, for example, that could go for Nature's Force. And I think that's all it has. That was a bad example. But yeah, Sharpen's also nice because it boosts our accuracy, so we don't miss. Usually that's with Steel Crusher, but you can use Power Focus with this if you really, really want to, but Sharpen just makes more sense. But yeah, the Power Jaw also is boosting our Vice Jaws, and the TP's here. Again, I did not make this. These are not my TPs. So yeah, this is what we're going to be looking at though. We have the 184 health, 12 energy, 160 melee attack, 96 range defense, and 48 speed. The 48 speed allows us to speed creep 200 speed Colossotrops. And the 184 health maximizes health ailment recovery, so we get a maximum usage out of it. So we get at least 12 health back per turn. The 12 energy gets you to 250, which can allow you for a bunch of your moves. And then the attack is just leftovers, I think. But there is an option that you have. If you don't like the little bit of range investment that you have, you can take away some melee attack investment and throw more into the range defense. I don't see any other credits besides Pomegranate. I'm not entirely sure, but that's who I see. So I'm going to assume that that's the creator of the set, so credits to them. But yeah, hopefully that you all enjoy. Without further ado, let's get right into it. I mean, I had to fight him, right? He was literally dancing. He's the best, right? So this is a very good game for Tyrecks because if we really look at it, what does he really do if I get behind a Scapegoat, right? And if I want to get behind a Scapegoat, I could just... What do I Scapegoat on? Moraith is not a bad option, right? The only problem is we don't have Terrifying, so we can't lower the Moraith's melee attack, so it could probably go for some Shatters. So that is a little spooky, so we want to be careful of that. I did bring Terradescent, but one thing that really sucks is that Terradescent actually doesn't break through Reflective, so that's going to suck. But we do get free Zip Zaps that he can't switch into very well. And then we can do the thing where if I just get Hollow Bunch in, I just click Feroblast and then it hits that thing. They could also maybe go Moraith in when I have Hollow Bunch, so it's really like a pick which move I want to click. I'm gonna go Protogon lead because what do they lead with? What's their boots user? I feel like it's Boots Mamask, right? That makes the most sense to me. And then, I mean, if they're Hazard lead Mamask, then we go with this, right? I think this team does make sense. The only scary thing here is that Hunder, which switching into it doesn't work very well. We need to get behind our Scapegoat with Tyrecks to start doing damage. So there's the Hunder. Now, there's a lot of potential on what this could be. But I think it's Mamask. I think this is a Mamask. So we're actually just going to pivot out and then go Cosmeor. The problem is we take a big slap down to the face, which is honestly pretty bad. I actually could have just clicked Energy Surge there, but I don't want to take like a much better slap down. I'm just going to go Cosmeor because they could potentially want to set up hazards because they do have a pretty offensive team that I remember. I pretty much only remember Moraith and Lashent. That's all I can really remember. Yeah, so this is Boots Mamask, so we are not going to switch in our guy. So, seeing how much that did to Alvin, could I hide behind the Scapegoat? Nah. I think we just go Ika. And Ika does get to just... Doesn't get... No, I think it just Zip Zap, right? Or, I mean, yeah, I'm just going to Zip Zap. I don't see them wanting to stay in, because they're Boots, right? Yeah, so they switch out and they're into what? Charonix. So now this is where we just go into Hollow Bunch. Right? Actually, no, we just go Tyrecks here. This is where we Scapegoat. This is where we Scapegoat with Tyrecks. Oh, here we go. But the problem is the Ventation, right? The Ventation's the problem, and we can't break it that easily. I'm gonna Scapegoat, though. If they brought Ventation, that is. There's potential that they could have brought Ventation. I think that they did, though. But would they bring Ventation into Ika, Protogon, Hollow Bunch? We're on the other side of the world right now. Okay. Well, their Petrifying didn't come out, which is nice. Do we just Vice Jaws here so they can't slap down my item? I'm gonna Vice Jaws. I also... If this thing doesn't have speed investment, I think I have potential to outspeed it. I do. Okay. That is a very robust Lashent. Earthquake. That breaks our Scapegoat. They can't click Earthquake again, right? So is this another thing where I could just Scapegoat? I'm just gonna Scapegoat. Oh, wait, no. My Power Jaw isn't boosted because of the fog, right? I don't have the power boost. Now, see, he can't click Slapdown again. He can only Earthquake, right? I can't really do that much into it, right? I'm stalling its energy, though, and that's not awful. I don't have a lot of switches into this. I really don't. Maybe I could have just gone Cosmeor there. That might have been a little bit better. I think Cosmeor might have been a little bit better here instead of just staying in with Tyrecks that whole time. But he is lower on energy now. I think that Cosmeor was the better move there, not just staying in with Tyrecks. But the fog is just annoying. No, they just Earthquake. Okay, so no, they just want to go for the big damage. Icicle Trap does do well, and here's the thing. We actually know 4 members of their team. they have Mamask, Tyrecks, Lashent, and a Hunder, right? And we know that they have Hunder because they led off with the Mamask that disguised itself as Hunder. So we know that Hunder is here. Should I Hypno or just Dissipate? If I Dissipate, I get to go... I'm going to Dissipate, actually. Slap down, I take a little bit. It's not the end of the world. And I think that when I do this, I just Fire Breath. Right? And if it ends up if they end up, I mean, I don't know. Like, do I Fire Breath? Because they might just think like, oh, they're just gonna... Thinking to myself right now, like, if I Zip Zap, right, then I think I could just... Here's my thing. Here's my thought process. If I Fire Breath and they go Tyrecks, I have to, like, realistically sack Cosmeor. But that does get me in a position where I could get health back on Tyrecks while also hitting the Lashent pretty hard. I think that they're gonna stay in predicting my Zip Zap because my switches into this thing are pretty bad. They know I have Tyrecks, Protogon, and Cosmeor, so I feel like they just slap down here, honestly. No, they just go Tyrecks. I feel like you could have done some crazy move there. Even then, it's not great. Like, this is bad, right? It's not good. We're going to figure this out, though. Can I burn? Potentially, no. I feel like they're just going to go for the big hit, right? I'm just going to go into Tyrecks. I don't have the Power Jaw boost under Fog, so it's like I can't get this big hit. I think also Fog Summon's banned in the EAT tournaments as well. And he gets a crit with Flash and Flee. That's tragic. As long as my Ika's alive, though, I think we can still win. I don't know. I really expected him to stay in there going for a crazy move. But yeah, Zip Zap was just a better move there because then I just could go into Tyrecks and then I just throw out a Vice Jaws that he can't switch into. And they go into... Okay, so it's Viscarna. They are going to Mudslide here, but they could put me in a really interesting spot. Now, funnily enough, I can just set my hazards back up on this thing right now if I wanted to. I think I'm just going to go Hollow Bunch, though. Because Hollow Bunch here works for a multitude of reasons. Because, yeah, they're going to do that, right? I think I just Pharaoh Blast here. They're going to expect Peace of Mind and just go Lashent. I'm just going to Pharaoh Blast. Or their only switch to beat this is Lashent. That's their only switch to stop this thing is Lashent. And I'm just going to keep clicking Pharaoh Blast till it comes in. I don't have to predict anything. I can just keep clicking this. And if they go Hunder, then they don't have Power Jaw, so I can take advantage of that. They won't do any damage to me. I go over Stratagem. It does nothing. Pharaoh Blast does a lot. I'm just going to click it again. I'm just going to click Pharaoh Blast again. I don't need to... I can just keep clicking Pharaoh Blast. They might just go Lashent. Yeah, they just go Lashent because they're overconfident that I'm going to click Life Drain. But no, I just get to kill them Lashent. That's really good for Protogon because now they don't have anything that outspeeds it. And Mamask has been revealed. So they have Hunder, Viscarna. Yeah, they go Mamask here, which makes sense. So I think here we just go for the Cosmeor sack. Or Tyrecks sack. What does Cosmeor really do here now? It doesn't really do anything. I think, yeah, this is better because Tyrecks still has Vice Jaws, which is still incredibly useful. Yeah, Gnarly Gash comes out. I actually survive, which is awesome. So I could, like, potentially go for another Icicle Trap. But they're not going to let me do that as I go down. And we know for a fact this thing is Boots, right? So Ika gets to come in. And now, the difference here is now I get to Flash and Flee. That's the difference. Before I couldn't, because I was always afraid of Lashent. Now, I could just click Flash and Flee. I don't have to care about the Tyrecks coming in, because I can just click Flash and Flee. They might stay in predicting me to Zip Zap, because that's what I've been doing all game, but I can now just Flash and Flee. And now we're in a very interesting position with Tyrecks because we have multiple options. We can Vice Jaws, right? And get us in a really solid position. What I'm going to click, I think, is Earthquake. Because, look, I don't think they sack Tyrecks. I think I can live any one hit in this range, potentially. Seeing how much damage Flash and Flee crit did, this seems like a defensive Tyrecks. Meaning that my Earthquake can check the Hunder and also hits Fiskarna reasonably well. I think Earthquake is the move here. They could, for some reason, risk... This is a really weird Fog team as well. Because they want their abilities to work. Like, look, they have Fiskarna, which wants Regift to work. They have Hunder, which wants Power Jaw to work. And then they have... Well, Mask doesn't get overloaded by it. And then they have Leshent that wants Petrifying to work. They haven't had Leshent's Petrifying work all game because they just have had the Fog up all game. So it's just not working out very well for them. And the Tyrecks is putting up so much offensive pressure because I can just click like Vice Jaws and Earthquake. Like, the damage that I'm doing... And I lived. Look, and now I can just click Earthquake again. Because I can, even if I don't kill, I'm putting myself in a better position to win the game. Because once this dies, I just Fire Breath. Right? And I Fire Breath and Zip Zap. That's all I do. And then I win. Nothing that he can do if I Fire Breath and Zip Zap. I can also just go Hollow Bunch and then Life Drain. He can't switch into Life Drain. Right. Yeah, no, I just Earthquake. It doesn't matter. He dies. Even if he didn't, I was still completely fine. But yeah, no, this is a very weird way to use Fog because of just disabling all your abilities. You want Regift, you want Petrifying, you want Power Jaw. But oddly enough, they just didn't want their abilities, I guess. Like, if you're going to use Fog, you need to make a team that doesn't care for their abilities or use some Spirit types that are immune to the ability suppression. Multiple things you could do there. But yeah, Tyrecks doing really well to check the Tyrecks. There's the Hunder. We were expecting that. And then we just get to go into the Ika. And then we Zip Zap because they're always going to go Fiskarna, I feel like. But even if Fiskarna, we have Hollow Bunch. And if I don't get the prediction right on the Hunder, we should have a little bit. We should have enough, right? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to go immediately Ika, being like, oh, I'm just going to Fire Breath because it doesn't matter. Right? I'm just gonna go really confidently Ika, and then I'm just gonna Zip Zap. If they stay in, it should be fine because I don't think they're gonna click a super effective move. That or they do Big Brain and then Blaze Chomp on the Ika. But yeah, no, they just go Fiskarna here. Yeah, now we win. Now it's over. They don't have enough health to tank this. Even if they do, it doesn't matter because we just have Protogon, which can come in and Thunderstrike to get the kill. We just Thunderstrike from here on out. We Energy Surge on the Mask, and yeah, no, it's completely over. It's just over. They can't do anything. I just Thunderstrike here to claim the kill. Guarantee the kill. Let's see what they do, though. Let us see. Oh yeah, I was actually thinking about doing something. I played Legends Arceus when it first came out. Incredible experience, such a good game. But I was thinking about something else recently. I want Darkrai. You know, Darkrai is one of my favorite Pokemon. I've talked about this a lot. And I'm thinking to myself, how can I get a Darkrai? And then it hit me. I can get a Darkrai through Pokemon Legends Arceus. And because I want to make a team of my favorite Pokemon. I know I can get Darkrai, you know? My problem is, how the heck am I going to get Jirachi? Because I'd say if I was to have a team of my favorite Pokemon, I would 100% choose Scyther, Chandelure, Koraidon, Darkrai, Jirachi, Pidgeot. That would be my team. Three normals, 3 mythicals. I like those Pokemon. Those are my top 6. 100% those are my top 6. And how the heck do I get Jirachi? I can get a Pidgeot. Like that's not too difficult. right? And I can get the Darkrai through Legends Arceus. You already get Koraidon. I know you can get Scyther, and I am not too worried about, what, Blaziken is what I said? Scyther, Blaziken, Pidgeot, right? No, Chandelure. I'm pretty sure I can find a Chandelure. But then it's like, how do I get the other guy? So I can Zip Zap this game, like, entirely. You can't stop my Zip Zap, unless this is like some random, I don't know what that would be. This is also a really good game for Tyrecks if they don't bring Mutagon. And if they do, I just get to go to Cosmeor, which always gets to dissipate no matter what. And then if they bring the Harv, I just have this. And then this also checks the Whippledrift. Sorry for their soul for using Whippledrift. And then it's a thing of, do I just go Ika because Zip Zap is free? Because it does work. So I think this is fine. Alrighty, sorry about that. I'm Dart Bursting. Oh, this is a clever Mutagon. That or Heavy Shield. I live this, so yeah. Alright, then we Zip Zap. Now, we got the chip of the Mutagon, which is literally exactly what we needed. So, now they go Venilin. Oh, they're going Venilin on my Tyrecks. Nice. Let's go Tyrecks. Now we get a free Scapegoat up. But then they just go Harv, right? Get a Scapegoat and Vice Jaws the Harv, why not? That or they just go Mutagon, and then I... Oh, wait. I can Vice Jaws the Mutagon, right? And then it can't click Mega Punch to break my Scapegoat. And then I also get to see who outspeeds who. Realistically, the Mutagon should be outspeeding me. So, let's see what happens. No, I outspeed him. Yeah, it's not enough. So now, yeah, this doesn't really matter because I can just sharpen. Actually, no. I think I just 2-hit KO with double Vice Jaws, I think. They can't bulk up again. Actually, no. Don't I just sharpen and then when they break this, I just Scapegoat again? Yeah, I can. They can't click another. They can't click their Mega Punch again. So I just get to Scapegoat. Speed advantages. My speed's most important stat. Because if Mutagon was faster, he'd be able to beat me. I didn't think Frost Punch was going to break it, but I guess he's at +1, so it makes sense. Yeah, now we can just go Cosmeor. I mean, we wasted his energy, right? He's now low on energy, and our Tyrecks is pretty healthy, all things considered. There's the Frost Punch. So they assumed a Vice Jaws or something. Well, this is just an Icicle Trap, and suddenly that's not too great. Seer Knight? This is like the one thing I don't think I had a good check for, right? This is like the one thing I don't think I could check that well. This might call for a Hypno. Actually, no, don't I just dissipate into Tyrecks? What do you do against that? If I dissipate into Tyrecks, you can't go Harv. Or... Wait, this is fine. I just realized, like, no, I just dissipate into Tyrecks. And because he's not awakening, he doesn't do any damage. So yeah, now we get to do this for free. Now we have a quad effective Earthquake that you can't tank. And you can't switch in, if you switch in Whippledrift, that's just a throw because too much damage. I could also just Scapegoat. I could also just Scapegoat. Yep, that's what I was thinking this would come in at some point. So see, the power of Scapegoat, right? And now, if usually these are bulk up, but there is the rare occasion of 3 attacks. Now, what I'm thinking is, or not 3 attacks, 4 attacks, is your Earthquake, Icicle Tremor, and then double stab. But yeah, no, they can't deal with this very well, huh? I actually get an opportunity to kill the Mutagon here while also still having at least 2 moves left. So yeah, I also decided to record it this time because I think it's going to rain soon, and I love recording in the rain because I get to hear the rain pattering on my window, right? It's the best. But, yeah, so far they are getting absolutely cooked. And one thing that kind of sucks is Seer Knight can come in here, right? If they go Seer Knight, I just sharpen. Only problem is I lose the Icicle Traps chip, as Joltooth is actually in. Okay, just Earthquake. I'm assuming they're just gonna Bulk Up. Bulk Up is bad, though, because that gives Protogon a range attack boost if you beat down Tyrecks. But I can't really kill the Joltooth, right? I think here I just rest, and then I sack Cosmeor. That or they would, no. I think in their head, yeah, they do this. And I can rest completely fine because Fulgurfang just provokes me. He has nothing that can bypass my Scapegoat. So I rest, get all of my energy back, and then I just switch into Cosmeor, sack it, go Protogon, get a range attack boost. Then I Energy Surge, because it covers for the Seer Knight from coming in, and also hits the Venilin, and also checks the Harv, and generally it's just completely fine. Yeah, so we are in a completely fine position to just go into Cosmeor. Nothing stops us from doing this. I mean, I could also go Simon, which also does pretty well into Joltooth, but I don't want to take that chip. I mean, the Mutagon died, right? And they have what? Joltooth, Venilin, Harvesect, and Seer Knight. Only thing I'm really doing is hitting the Venilin for nothing, right? I need Tyrecks alive or I 100% lose this game. Cosmeor's coming in here. Cosmeor's coming in purely for a sack. I'm going to throw out Hypno if I can. If I can, we're hypnotizing. But it's probably not happening. But if I do get it off, then I get I'm in a very weird spot. Okay, no. I knew that was going to happen. So now here's the reveal of why bulking up there was bad. Because now you get Protogon a range attack buff, right? And you can't outspeed it. You have nothing that does. And your entire team is pretty offensive. You have a Venilin, Joltooth, Seer Knight, and a Harvesect. Your only switch here is to go Venilin, which takes Icicle Trap chip, and then takes Zip Zap chip. Or do I just commit and go Dark Burst, depending on how much this does? This is probably just Heavy Shield, though. Yeah, it's just Heavy Shield. So, it's in a very interesting spot where it has to pick if it wants to heal or die to Tyrecks, right? This is the power of Tyrecks. Okay, so it just goes for the dead route. So now I just Fulgurfangs. Not Fulgurfangs, sorry, Vice Jaws. Because it also covers for Harv. And they're probably going to want to go into Harv here. But I'd rather start going for damage rather than my Scapegoats. So yeah, I think that the damage here is more worth than setting up the Scapegoat. So now, this thing can be threatening, but we can just go into Wobelisk, right? And if we set up, like, a few barbs, right, they are in a bad spot. One layer of barbs should be plenty, though. Now, they can't click Driving Force again. If I go Protogon here, they're in a very bad spot. It's Ika, and that's fine. The crit Driving Force, though, really hurts. And this is also where Vice Jaws comes in absolute handy, because now, look, they can't click Driving Force again, meaning my Wobelisk comes in no matter what. No matter what, my Wobelisk is coming in. And if you go Seer Knight here, it's bad. Venilin is their only attempt to try to heal. And it's too late. They can't. Venilin was their only attempt to try to go for the heal. Now I just get to go into Tyrecks. And I outspeed this thing because I have a little bit of speed investment. They would have to have too much speed investment that makes sense on a Venilin. So yeah, here we get to just go for the Vice Jaws, which gets the kill. So beautiful. Kill the Venilin there. Very, very nice. Now, one problem here that I still need to address is the Joltooth, which can pretty much just come in here. I think I actually go Seer Knight, which is very interesting. They're going Harv, aren't they? Do I just Scapegoat? Yeah, I can just Scapegoat here. If they break it, then I just Earthquake, right? Well, now I revealed what they're using. I can't switch into it. I'm just gonna Earthquake. I don't care. I killed the Venilin, which is the only thing that I needed to do with this Tyrecks, was kill Venilin. Yes, I probably could have gotten the kill on the Seer Knight, but now what do they do against this, right? Oh, I don't have energy. No, what do they do against this? I mean, all I do here is Zip Zap, right? That's all I do is Zip Zap. Thunder King Joltooth comes in. Then I get the Protagon in, which then gets the Energy Surge. And then they are just too weak to handle this. And then Simon's also there to beat the Harv if needed. The Ika can just, like, Fire Breath, I think. We're going to have to find out what happens here. This is slightly spooky, though. This is a little spooky, I'll be honest. This endgame is not over yet. There's an Energy Surge that comes out to take down the Joltooth, and now it's a 2v2. Because this is pretty much dead. Yeah, they go hard because they want to get their health back. That or they bulk up, which is a bad move, because that doesn't do anything. Because I can just go Ika. I can also just go Waba. Actually, I don't know if Harv was the move there. I think you just go Seer Knight. I don't know if Harv was the move. Hi, Cat. What's up? Yeah. Now, I'm in a very interesting spot. No, I'm not. I can just go Ika if they go into Seer Knight. Nothing matters. I can... Do I just Luster? No, it doesn't matter if they go into Seer Knight. It doesn't matter. Yeah, this doesn't matter. They might think it does, but I just go Ika. Right? That or I... Driving Force? No, I just go Ika. Actually, no, I took the right moves here, huh? This is the game of, like, who gets the right moves. I live this. Yep, pretty convincingly as well. So we Zip Zap here. Oh, never mind, they lose. What? No, it's... You know that I'm doing this right now. You always complain whenever I start, but then it's like I ask, do you want to leave? And then you say no. But then, whenever I actually am like, okay, I'm going to start. Are you sure you don't want to go? You're like, no, I'll stay in here. Then you complain when I'm about to be done. You understand the hypocrisy. You kitty. You understand? Yeah. That's what I thought. GG. I think if he just played this endgame a little bit differently, he probably would have been fine. But here's the thing. If it came down... I mean, if I just go Driving Force on the Seer Knight, I just won on the spot, right? Like, I just win, because then I could just Luster Loot. But I really wanted to click Driving Force, because I felt like it was the only move that made sense, but I was scared of his Driving Force. But if he Driving Force... No, I should have just clicked Driving Force. It was fine. Yeah, no. I think I could have won that quicker if I just Driving Forced on the Harv, because there was no reason for it to stay in. But yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed. And yeah, I think this really does show the power of Scapegoat Vice Jaws. I don't think I was able to show it to its full power, but I was able to be kind of annoying to that Mutagon, stalling out its energy. Like, this thing does energy stall really, really well. It also does really well in stuff like Venilin, and if we want to beat down Illuminami, we totally could, because we can Scapegoat, then any move that it throws at us, we can survive with our Scapegoat as long as it's not the water move, that we usually are going to be behind a Scapegoat while we click Vice Jaws on it. So, honestly, very strong Loomian, but I would say that, unfortunately, it's not going to be like this forever, because Vice Jaws will be changing to either ignore defense increases, or it will have you expend a little bit more energy on your next move. So basically, it would either become Vicious Snap, or give the effects of Ignorant. But yeah, hope that you all enjoy, and I'll see everyone later. Bye-bye!